If black people were immoral people, would they be affected by prisons and jails and so-called racism?
What do you mean by, I think we are moral people? What do you mean? I just think the church hasn't done its job.
But you don't need the church to be a moral person. You're like already moral because you have good parents who are moral parents and they're setting that example for you. And so it demonstrates that the parents are no good. The fathers and mothers are immoral people, and they're setting there, by example, setting that up for their children. And so when you go off to church, it's the responsibility of the preacher to correct that by telling the people you need to turn back to God.
I don't think that the parents are immoral. Yes, and I do believe that it starts in the home.
Yeah.
Just as wealth, the lessons of wealth and money are taught in the home. What I think is that my generation have strayed away from the church because of what we've seen in terms of just the hypocrisy, in terms of people not being Christ-like. I think I would consider my generation more spiritual, but there's still peer pressure, there's still media influence. I mean, you can be a great parent at home and your kids still, because of peer pressure, go out and do something, or because of the music that they hear.
But if they were moral people, they would not be having children out of wedlock.
That's not necessarily true.
No, moral people don't have out of wedlock children. And so,
I disagree.
And the mothers would not be passing their anger down to their children.
I don't think mothers are passing down their
anger. No, they are.
The
kid, the anger that you see.
I'm not saying that there aren't isolated instances.
No, majority of them are doing that.
But generalizing black women, I don't think they pass down their anger to their children.
The fathers are not there, you agree, right?
I do agree that some fathers are not
in the home.
So then
the anger has to be coming from the mothers if the fathers are not there.
Not necessarily. It could be coming from school. It could be coming from...
Well, that's an add on to, because their mothers and grandmothers have set them up. Black mothers and grandmothers, not all, are mean people. They have no patience, they have no love, they're imposing, and they traumatize their children by being that way.
I don't think that black women are mean people. I think that we have to be able to be
You lucked out because you had a father.
We're disciplinarians.
You lucked out because you had a father. Your father protected you from your mother. So you don't know how black mothers can be.
That's not true. My mother was the one who primarily raised us. My father was an excellent provider. I mean, he was an entrepreneur. So in terms of my everyday lifestyle, my mother was a very integral part in terms of my...
Right, but your father protected you from her anger, right?
No, why do you need to protect her? If I was wrong, then she had the right to be mad at me. Why should she have to protect? If I'm doing wrong and my mother disciplined me, then why should he protect her from disciplining me?
Because
I wasn't abused.
It's the father's responsibility to stand between the mother and children.
You act like black women can't be angry. Why can't we show anger?
Because anger is of your father, the devil. It's not good. There's no love in anger, and anger separates you from God. And so when you discipline your children, you discipline them with the nature of your father, the devil, who is like love. No one who has anger has love.
I disagree. I believe that, yes, because I love a whole lot of people, and I get angry sometimes. I'm human.
But then you don't love them with real love. You love them with the love, that fallen state of love.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I believe that you can still be angry and still be able to have the capacity to love somebody.
So then why are so many black children coming out of these homes angry at their mothers and grandmothers?
I don't know that all black children are coming
out
of their homes.
Not all, but most.
So what are you defining as anger? How do you know that they're angry? What are they doing to display their anger?
They're acting just like their parents. They lack patience. They are joining gangs and doing drugs, and they don't respect the elderly anymore. They are ending up in jails and prisons around the country. They are attacking white Americans. They have no patience.
Not all black children are
They're attacking other blacks, and that's coming from their home, from the mother.
But that's coming from their socioeconomics. That's not necessarily coming from the home. I'm sure there are some good mothers at home.
There are some.
There's a lot of good black mothers at home.
Where are they?
What are you talking about? They're down the street. They're around the corner. Where have you been?
I would like to do a town hall meeting with these good black mothers that don't have anger and have their children here. I guarantee you.
So if a mother didn't have anger and their child did something that was wrong, or what would you prefer she do?
She would be able to discipline them with real love, which would not traumatize them. She would be able to... So
you must think, did you get whippings growing up?
I did.
Okay, did that stop you from doing certain things? I'm not saying beatings.
No, I'm not.
But
I'm
even
not
the Bible
saying that they
says spare the rod.
Right, but you have to have the right spirit, and most black mothers today don't have the right spirit.
That's not true. Where are you getting your information from? How do you know about all black women's spirit?
Well, I didn't say all. You keep throwing in all.
But you're generalizing. You're saying black women.
Most, not all, but most.
Okay.